Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to start making our new journal using the Heirloom Hues paper collection. We are going to make it very similar to this one here. So to get started, you are going to need, let me put this out of the way. I am using like some heavyweight chipboard. And you can pretty much do this with just one sheet. So what you're going to need, if you're wanting to make it the same size I am, I done a 5x7, and then I done an 1.5 inch spine, and then 5x7, and then this will be my closure. So I done this at 1.5 inch, and then 1.5 times 4. So I'm going to be covering mine with fabric, and since this is a brown and I really don't want it showing through, I am going to cover this with gesso, and I'll cover both sides with gesso. And so I just have some white gesso here, and I'm just painting it on. And it would work better if you had a better brush, but I can't find my gesso brush, so we're just using the silicone brush for now. And so so that the video wouldn't be 15 hours long, I actually already have a set that I've already gessoed, and it's already dry. I'm gonna just go ahead and finish up this little piece right here though. So you just want to, you know, if you're using a fabric that's pretty thick and it won't show through, you wouldn't have to do this step. But I noticed with that other journal I just showed you that my fabric was not thick enough, and you could kind of see, and so I don't want that. So I just got a good coat of gesso on that, and then just let it dry. Now I'm going to move this out of the way and clean my desk a little bit. There is a gnat flying around and it's aggravating the mess out of me. All right, let me grab a wet wipe. I just had them. What did I do with them? Here they are. Sorry guys. It is early on Monday morning, June the 2nd, and I'm filming this because I have got my craft mojo back, and while it's back, I want to take advantage of it. I'm not working today, which is why I'm able to do the video right now, because we are actually, my mother and I are taking my grandkids to the amusement park today, so that will be fun, I think. All right, so here are my pieces that I've already gessoed. And so because I'm using fabric, I'm not sure which one I want to use. Let me grab the Heirloom Hues collection and look and see which one would look better. So do we want the roses or do we want this? I think I'm going to go with the rose, I believe. All right, and so this piece of fabric is, let's see how big it is. And again, it will determine the size of your journal as to how big you have your fabric. So it is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's about 18 by Well, it's probably about 18 by 18. And I didn't even bother to iron it. And we are actually going to, let's make sure that everything's going to fit right. That's probably what I need to do. Because you want to have a little bit hanging off of each of these sides. I need to come over this way just a little bit. And let's see how that works. Okay, I think that will work. I almost got it too short. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I am going to use Mod Podge for this to glue it down. And I'm just getting my big old container of Mod Podge out. I don't even know if this one's open yet. Yeah, it's open, I think. No, it's not. Huh. Well, that's weird. I've had this one a while. So this one is just the Mod Podge matte. Hang on. It's the one in the yellow. Let me close this up so I don't go spilling it everywhere. And I'll show you. So this is the one I'm using. Okay, and I do have a foam brush for this. It's way bigger than what I really want to use, but that's all I could find. So we're just going to go with it. And so I'm just going to Mod Podge all over this. And I see a hair that got in it. And you want to make sure that you've got your Mod Podge all over, because you want this fabric glued down very well. And I'm just trying my hardest to get it all over the place, which I'm doing a good job doing that. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to line it up. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Then I'm just turned it over so I can really get that wrinkled part out. All right, now I think what I'm going to do, now that I've got that on there, I'm going to set my ruler right there. And I'm just going to grab a pencil and kind of do a line, just so I'll know where to kind of line everything else up at. So now we want to do our middle spine here. And you want to be very liberal with your Mod Podge on this part, on, you know, the whole part of covering it like this. All right, so I want to line it up with that line. I want to leave a little bit of a gap. There we go, that's looking good. All right, now let's move on to this one. I'm just going to put a bunch of Mod Podge on it, because I want to make sure my cover does not go anywhere. And apparently I want to make sure I don't go anywhere, because I'm Mod Podging myself big time. All right, now let's put this one down. And again, I'm leaving a little bit of a space and just lining it up there. Looking good. All right, so for this, we're going to Mod Podge it as well. And I am going to put it about middle ways. I'm going to leave me a little space and put that there. And now for this one here, we're going to do the same thing. Just put our Mod Podge on it. Ooh, I got too much. Okay, now let's put that down. Leave a little space and put it down. Okay, now that that is on, I am going to attempt to flip this over. Let's see if I can do it without messing anything up. I probably shouldn't have folded that cloth under, but I did. And I am just going to grab a bone folder, hopefully. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got it smoothed out really good. And that looks pretty good. All right, so let's flip this back over. And so what we're going to want is to take off this mess here. So when I fold this, I want this to come over just a little bit. So I don't need that much. So I can take off a few inches. So I'm going to take this part off up here. And it doesn't matter if it's not straight or if it's raggedy, because we're going to be covering the inside with paper. And then I am going to go ahead and cut this off right here. Okay, so now when I fold this over, I don't need all of this right here. So what I want is I want to keep maybe about an inch right here for now. So I'm just going to cut like this. And we can make it a little more precise as we go to cover everything. And then we can use those pieces of fabric in the journal. Okay, so for this right here, what I want to do is I'm going to be folding this. So I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to fold this corner in just a little bit so that I won't have that raw edge right there. And I'm going to fold this one in too. Just a little bit like that. Okay, so now we can take and fold all of this in. So let's go ahead and get some Mod Podge all over this. And again, be very liberal with your Mod Podge, because you don't want this coming apart on you. And so I'm just really liberal, obviously, because I'm getting it all over my desk and everywhere else. Okay, so I'm going to fold this part in. Now I'm going to fold this part. I need to make this go in a little bit more. And then I'm going to fold this up. Oh, I forgot to do this side over here. Yikes. I think I heard somebody yelling at me. I done not even thought about it. And right here, I need to just cut a little slit right there. There we go. Let's cut the slit right here. Let's put some Mod Podge on this up here. And again, I just kind of turned it in just a little bit. Obviously you can cover this with just straight scrapbook paper if you wanted to. But, you know, I got to be a little different. Just pull that down. It's looking good so far. And we'll get that down in just a minute. So now let's take this. And we're going to get Mod Podge all over here. And all over my desk. And all over me. And I'm going to fold this in first. And then I will fold this over. And I'm doing kind of the same thing right here, maybe. Attempting to anyway. I didn't leave enough fabric to completely cover that, but that is okay. I'll put a little strip on it. I wasn't even thinking when I cut that. I mean, we really don't have to because I am going to be covering it with fabric. I mean, with paper. All right, so I'm going to turn this back around. And I'm going to get that bone folder again, and I'm going to go, let's go ahead and get this glued down real good first. So I'm just going to go up underneath that fabric and get my Mod Podge all in there. So I want to make sure it sticks good. And it's okay that the Mod Podge is coming out because I'm probably going to, that was not good, Betty Renfro. Because I am probably going to put some Mod Podge on the top of this fabric too. But I'm just trying to get that down in there really good in that seam. And let's go ahead and let's just put, I just broke that brush. Did y'all hear that? And this is the matte Mod Podge, so, which you're not going to see this anyway because it's going to be covered mostly by paper. This inside is, but we're going to put some Mod Podge on it to protect it. All right, and I'm going to put some here too. All right, so that's it for now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry. And once it's dry, I will come back and we'll start working on the rest of it. All right, guys, see you soon. Okay, guys, so my cover has dried for the most part. So this is how it will look. And with us doing the 1.5 inch fold there, we match the spine. So it makes it easier. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue my papers in. And that way we'll have time for them to dry. And I think this is what I'm going to do on the inside. So since my piece here was 5 by 7, I'm going to do 4.5 by 6.5 for each of my inside pieces. And let me see where 4.5 comes on here. I think that'll be about right. So let's do 4 3/4. So we're going to do 4 3/4, and then let's do 6 3/4. And just see where that gets us, because we can always trim more off. All right, so I want to do the same thing here. I want to do 4 3/4. Right, yeah. And then 6 3/4. And let's see how that looks, and then we'll decide what to do for the spine area. I think that's going to work. Yep, that's what I want. Okay, so now for my spine area, let's see, what piece do I want to put for my spine? And you don't have to put the paper. I'm just putting it because I know it will help make it a little sturdier. So I'm trimming this up because my printer did not print very well. Okay, so my spine is 1.5 inches, so I am going to do 1.25 inches, I believe. Yeah, let's do a little, just a touch more than 1.25 inches. My paper does not look very straight. I don't know if I've cut it wrong or what I've done, but it is not looking straight to me. All right, let's try that again. So we're going to do just a little. So we're going to do like 1 3/8 inches. And then we'll do the 6 3/4. And now let's see how that looks. I think that's going to look good. So I am going to round my edges on both of these. I'm using the 1/2 inch for these. And then for this one, I am going to round it, but I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side for it. Okay, and I do want to ink it, so I should have done that off camera, but I didn't. So y'all are going to have to bear with me for just a second. It shouldn't take but literally just a minute, because I'm not putting a lot of ink on it. I just want it around the edges mainly. And so once I get these glued in, we'll stop and come back tomorrow and finish working on what we're going to do to it. And that way it'll give everything time to dry and set up good, so that we're not working with a wet, glued journal. Especially when I go to glue my signature in, I do not want it to be, the glue to still be wet or even tacky. All right, that didn't take long. And so to glue this in, I am just going to use Fabri-Tac. And hopefully my Fabri-Tac will cooperate with me today. And it looks like it is. Thank you, Fabri-Tac. You could use Mod Podge or anything else like that, but I'm just using my Fabri-Tac. Making sure to keep that off of that fold area. You don't want it going over your fold. And then this goes that way. Okay. And I'll burnish it all down at the same time. And then just going to stick this down. I think that's looking cute. And now let's put our spine piece in. I'm just getting it lined up. And there we go. Now you can put something on the, I did go back in and put a piece of fabric over that where I had not covered it all the way with the fabric. So look at that. How pretty is this going to be? So this journal will be for sale once it is complete. So let me know if this is a journal that you are interested in. If so, you can go ahead and purchase it before it's complete. And then you can watch your journal being made on camera. I love this. Look at it. So pretty. Beautiful. All right, guys, that's where we're at. We're going to stop for today. We are going to let this dry and set up real good, and then we will come back tomorrow and work some more in this journal. I did go ahead and cut out all of my fussy cuts for this kit. I have not inked them or anything yet. If I get time, I will ink them. Some of the ones that are like tags, you can barely see it, but I did print on the back with like a light coffee dyed paper. My envelopes, I actually printed on regular paper so that they won't add a lot of weight. But I've got everything. Oh, no, I still have to cut this page of fussy cuts out. But I will get all of that done, and we will come back and just continue working on this kit and see what all we can do. Again, let me know in the comments below if you are interested in purchasing this journal once it is complete, and we can get that taken care of. So, all right, guys. I love it. It's so beautiful. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.